All right. So,
welcome.
pre-show time. A lot has happened,
Has it?
believe it or not. It's been 2 weeks since we last recorded.
Oh yeah. Has it been? Oh my gosh. God, this
Yeah,
week has
because
been...
last week,
Yeah, that's right.
last weekend we didn't get to.
Dude,
Last weekend, I got a new
fucked up.
car.
Oh, that's right. Congrats.
Yeah.
Hear
Yep,
that?
I ditched.
That's the audience applauding your new wheels.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I ditched Denty, as I labeled my previous car.
What's the new name?
That's a good question. I don't have one yet.
It's not been christened with a name yet.
No, but I think she's a beaut.
Electra?
I've
She's called
been into her.
Electra?
Carmen? Oh, it should be Carmen. I'll name her Carmen. Carmen Electra.
I was trying to think of something non-offensive
Because the car's
that was
Elantra,
like
but-
half.
How's Carmen Electra offensive?
No, it's not. What I was saying, what I was thinking,
Okay.
and I'm not going to say, was offensive.
Oh,
And
okay.
because it's a hybrid, I wanted to think of something that was like, half gas, half electric. And that's what I was
Yeah.
trying to think right now. Yeah. No,
Well,
Carmen's
that's okay.
really
Yeah, I was
offensive.
like Carmen Electra, and you're like, well, I was trying to think of something that
I
wasn't
was trying
offensive.
to not offend people.
I don't know what she did. Did she get canceled and I didn't know it?
She is now.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
what?
Carmen then? So wait, sorry. We're officially
Yeah,
going
we'll
with
go
Carmen?
with Carmen.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're
Carmen
welcome.
Electra the Elantra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what have you been up? What happened last
Why
weekend?
don't you
I
call
remember.
her? Well, wait, I'm still on the subject of your car. I haven't moved on
Okay.
yet.
Okay. I guess we won't move past it.
I don't know if I like Carmen Electra.
That's fine. It's not your car.
I know it's not. I mean, it's okay. How about this? Tentatively, it's Carmen Electra. I just don't like Carmen Electra Elantra.
Well, that's why my initial thing was it's just Carmen. It's just Carmen.
Carmen Elantra.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would say I'm taking Carmen for a spin.
gonna go riding Carmen for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back in. I mean, it is a car. Car is right there in the name.
Yeah. There you go.
Carmen Electra.
There you go. Do you feel better about it now that you've said it in a slightly different
No,
pace?
I was trying to combine Electra and Elantra. And I realized that it just sounds the same if you put the first half and the second half.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah.
Carmen,
Job well done.
Carmen Elantra.
Well, for now, I'll probably just say the car.
The car. Okay. Well, that's what Carmen's friends call her.
Yeah, the car.
Yeah. If you know
We're-
Carmen Electra really well, everyone just
I'm
calls her
hanging
the car.
out with the car this
Going over to the
weekend.
Car's house. Gonna watch that movie that the car stars in. Has Carmen Electra ever starred in a movie?
I don't know about starred, but she's been in a few.
Well, that was my caveat. It was actually starred in a movie.
Not as like a lead.
No,
but,
she has. Yes, she has. Right?
Has she?
Like,
Been a lead?
was she? I don't know. I'm just. There
I
has
mean, I
to
know
be
that she
one.
was in those like disaster movie or whatever. Like, but I don't think she was ever. I don't know if she was ever a lead in a movie. I know that she was like a frequent Howard
Have people
Stern
been
guest.
sleeping on Carmen Electra? Is that what you're saying?
I never said any of that. No.
Let's see. I'm just going through her IMDb really quick here. Maybe you're right. I mean, she was in like the scary movies, epic movie, Meet the Spartans, all those types of movies.
Yep. Which I alluded to.
Yeah, you did. I was just confirming that.
Don't take that from me.
No, I
I
won't.
did say
That was
that.
all you. Yeah, no, I don't think she's really. Man, that sucks. She was in a movie called Come Ghost. Or Short, actually. Well, it looks like a short. It's on Funny or Die.
Probably should be a short.
But
at least.
just as herself, like she wasn't like
Yeah.
a character or anything. So,
Yeah.
well, that's a goal then. I think that's a goal for 2025 is to right apart for Carmen Electra.
Yeah, there's like a resurgent. Like Pam Anderson has made a real comeback this year. I feel like she's everywhere.
Yeah, I wanted to see that.
Yeah, that
that one.
That like Showgirl, Showgirl. Right?
Yeah, that one. I heard it wasn't great, but I wanted it to be great, and I wanted to see it, and I haven't done either. So,
hell, there's been plenty of movies that we've heard aren't great, and then we love.
That's true. That's really true. Yeah, let's write not ironically, not ironically, unironically write something for Carmen Electra.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be, but
Well, if we're wanting her to go for like an Oscar, then it has to be something where she has like prosthetics on.
Yeah, I know, right?
It makes her look gross.
Yeah, because I don't want to set our bar that high. I just want to respect. Like, I want to say even that I did hear like an interview from her. No, that's a lie. I read that she did an interview. I think I saw the headline on an article that I scrolled over.
She has done an interview, and that is what you read.
yeah, she was interviewed once. Anyway, so no, I want to say I can't remember. I think it was her where she was being interviewed and talking about how. And this could be all made up, but talking about how like she wishes that she had more of a career, that she was kind of just like typecast early on.
Yeah,
I could be making, or it could be someone else that I'm thinking of that said that too. I don't know.
Or nobody could have said it. Who knows?
Yeah, nobody's. Yeah. So you got a car, and anything else happen?
Anything else happen? I don't think so. Well, we had text a little bit about podcast shows coming up this fall that we either are going to or want to go to.
Oh, the Dollop.
I got my Dollop tickets.
Oh, you already bought those?
That's not. I bought them the day.
Oh, that's right. I knew
day
all this
that they sent on Patreon.
Yeah.
I was in Seattle. They sent out a Patreon link with like the exclusive like pre-access code and shit like that. So I got
nice.
The very front center row. Like
What'd you
very
pay?
Front center.
Per ticket.
Ooh, per ticket.
Minus tax. Or like
I think it was
whatever
maybe,
the base fee was.
I think it was like maybe $70, $75.
Okay. That's not too bad. So the one in Indy, at least now for the front row seat, is like $92, I think. And there's still several of those, like several like good first row seat. And then there's like a small pocket of like 92ish and change. And then like the next tier I think is like 60 something, but it's like literally like one seat to the left or right in the same row, you know, of like that center dead center pocket. And then the third tier out from that, which is still like within 5 rows of the stage in the center section, is like $50 some. So there's like I said, there's several of those left, but it's not until October, so maybe that's why they're.
Yeah, I got, like I said, I got the front row dead center stage, and I think
I expect you to be on the podcast.
All fees and everything included, I think my total for 2 tickets came out to like $168.
That's not bad. Yeah,
if I want to say.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. That'll be very exciting.
Are you going to go and just close your eyes, since it's a podcast?
Yeah, and just like imagine that I'm in my car
and then get yelled at for like sleeping, and you're like, no. This is how I listen to you guys. I paid
lot of
top dollar to get the exact same experience in my car. Yeah.
It'd be better. A lot of their live shows, they have to yell at somebody who like there's like a person in the crowd that like wants to shout out a zinger.
Yeah, wants to be funny.
And they're always just like, all right, well, 2 of us have microphones.
Yeah,
and
you're not.
Everyone else is supposed to not talk.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Do you think that like that person or those people do that while listening to the podcast? So it must just be like a reactionary moment in the moment.
In their car, they'll like shout out a joke
commentary
to themselves
as they're going. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they just get into it, listening to it. So they'll just like react in their car, knowing that they're in private and can do that. And then in the moment in the live show, do you think they just kind of forget that they're like in public? Yeah, you know.
I don't know. I guess I kind of just chalked it up to somebody who's like actually trying to get a zinger in.
No, that's definitely probably what it is.
And or they like want to like get themselves heard on like the recording.
They just
want to
be heard as being funny. Yeah.
I hadn't thought of like a person who just all the time shouts out in the vehicle while they're listening to it.
I think it's the same person even when they're by themselves. Like they just want to also be funny even though there's no one there to listen. But I just wonder if like in the moment it slips out and then they're like, oh fuck, like oh shit, there's people around. Or if they truly, as I think is the case, don't care and just want everyone to hear them be funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that idea. I like that thought because then there's a lot of times where it's seemingly the same person repeatedly does it over and over again. And so they're just like, oh fuck, I forgot. Like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
They do
or it's like a really weird like misdiagnosed, like undiagnosed Tourette's.
Yeah.
Where like, not to downplay the seriousness of Tourette's any, but like maybe this person has a special thing where they just feel like they have to like throw out jokes in like a comedy setting just to like like that's the tick that they have.
Yeah.
And then
that'd be pretty unfortunate.
Gareth and Dave are just like heckling this guy who has like an actual serious like thing going on. He's like, I can't help it.
Hey asshole, how about you just shut up? You're at a live show.
He's like, I'm trying. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that based on shout outs and Reddit posts, there's a lot of alone out loud shouting during listening of Knowledge Fight.
Oh, really?
Which makes sense. Also, yeah, there's a lot of people that say the 2 hosts, Jordan, who is like the reactionary, like really loud. Any negative review for that show is just about how Jordan is really loud.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of people that are like that like write in or post on Reddit saying like, I am Jordan. And like whenever I'm listening to the show, I often yell out just before Jordan does, and he usually says the same thing as me. So yeah, there's a lot of like people yelling at the show in their cars, from what I understand.
In their cars. I do like that idea. I do like that idea though, that like somebody's just like driving and like as like a form of like just the stress of the day, the stress of driving, or just like even like the morning, whatever, like you just get really into the show and you start to like commentary back even though no one's in the car listening to you, and then you go to this live show where you've paid like $50, $60, $70 more or whatever, and you just can't help but break that, like, this is what I do all the time. I do like that idea.
Yeah. And I actually,
you're going on a Tuesday, correct?
Yeah, Tuesday night. Yep.
I'm curious if there'll be more or less commentators on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out in due time.
I hope so.
Yeah, I had to take a weird take a Tuesday night off of work, and only Tuesday night off of work.
But that's like your Wednesday, right? That's like your hump day.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like a middle of the week break. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I think it's worse.
I don't have enough vacation time to take like the full week.
No, of course not.
Kind of like to do, but
yeah, sure. Or just the whole year. Just take the whole year off.
That'd be really ideal.
Yeah. But yeah, it's always bad whenever, because I haven't bought any tickets yet for this because it's on a Thursday for me, and it's really weird whenever it's like not quite the beginning of the week or not quite the end of the week, and like you either have to go to work for a day or you have to come back and like go to work like after the fact. And I honestly think it's maybe a little bit worse to go back after the fact, because I think if it was like a Tuesday for me, actual Tuesday, it's like, okay, you just breeze through Monday, get Monday over with, and then it helps like the week go a little bit faster because you have like that break. But then a fucking Thursday is like Wednesday, you have to get through the first 3 days of the week, and then it's gonna be an awesome day, and then you have to come back for one fucking Friday where you're just like, God damn it, just get over with already. Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do it. I do want to, and part of me is thinking about taking the Friday off. Go to work Thursday.
Just do it.
I might go to work Thursday, and then driving the 2 hours or whatever to see them, not having to worry about like the drive home, and then waking up early in the morning, and then just having that Friday, just almost like a 3.5 day weekend. Kicked off with some like horrible story about the past that reminds us how horrible
Something
humanity
that
is.
happened in your state.
Yeah, God. Yeah. That's a big reason why I haven't listened to the DOP in a while. Is because it's just like, it's really good and I love it. But man, it was just like, oh gosh, we're just in the same fucking cycle. Like we're just fucking done. Like as a species, we were never even, like we just had way too much confidence as a species.
Yeah. Well, this is why you can't listen to Knowledge Fight.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I feel like it's even worse.
You would be Jordan as well. You'd probably be fucking yelling at your fucking car radio.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be the guy who's yelling, and then if I ever do see them live, I just can't help but yell in person and be like, "Oh fuck, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really passionate about this."
Yeah, it's a big hope of mine to also get to see them live someday. If they play near here.
Do they tour, or is it just like live shows where they're at?
They don't do very many live tours. They did an East Coast, I think, tour just like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Or a year or two ago. Yeah. But they didn't come to Ohio or play in Ohio. They've done live shows in Chicago where they are a few times. I think they may have even done a couple of Canadian episodes in Canada.
Nice. Canada's always a good place, I guess.
Yeah.
Haven't been there.
Yeah, me either.
Oh wait, I thought you had. Sorry, I thought you had. For some reason, I thought you had gone to Canada.
I've never left this great nation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, you're closer to Canada than I am. You could probably like swim there.
Yeah, that'd be a good swim.
It would be.
Be a nice short little.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that lake is pretty much the size of like an Olympic swimming pool, I think.
I guess like are you? Yeah. No, definitely. That's what it is. Yeah. It's actually one regulation Olympic swimming pool. Yeah, that's all it is.
I could just like breaststroke across.
Yeah, or butterfly, or your choice. I mean, you don't have to medal. You just have to complete. You just, have to finish.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
While it's still hot as hell.
Is it still hot there? Oh, it feels great here today.
No, as of yesterday, it feels really nice.
Yeah,
it's like almost fall weather.
Yeah.
Well, today was a little warmer, but yesterday was pretty much fall.
Compared to what it has been, it's like 50 degrees cooler. It feels like.
Yeah, that's true.
I tried to open the windows last night because this is such like old man talk. I wanted to turn the AC off to save power.
We did that. Yeah, we've had it off.
But it was still too warm for me. There wasn't enough breeze or something. So I opened the window in my bedroom, and I laid there, and I could just feel like the lack of air movement, and I was just like, I don't want to turn the air back on, but I have to, so I did.
You don't have a little fan or something?
No, I do, but I need like it was too. Whenever I opened the windows, it was too warm still. Like it was almost 70 at night whenever I opened the window, which is a comfortable temperature inside, but because it was like 77 inside, it was taking way too long, to like cool off, and I just couldn't. It was like 11:30, and I was like, I got it. I have to go to bed.
Yeah.
So turn the old AC back on, cranking it up, get it down to 74, and go right to bed. Yeah.
I like how you let your Indiana out.
Yeah.
Turn the old air.
Turn the old air back up. Crank it up. Crank it on.
Yeah, I just remembered something that I did want to bring up also here is that I had another update that I had was that I watched the entirety of a series over this last 2 weeks.
A television series.
Last 1 week, really.
How many episodes would this be?
18.
Oh, so an actual legit series, not like one of those modern like 9 episodes. It's like, okay, back in the day, a series had like fucking 30 episodes in it.
It was 3 seasons, 6 episodes each.
Oh, okay. So then no. So then I was talking like per season at 18.
Oh,
so it is one of the tiny things. Okay.
18 total episodes.
18 total. Okay.
Which is why I watched it.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, for you though, that's a thing. Like that's That's an achievement.
Yeah, and it also helped that it's just like 24 minutes each episode.
Oh, gosh.
In and out. Good.
What was this?
So this was a recommendation, not even to me. It was just a comment that I saw. A recommendation on Reddit to another person that I decided to look into. Yeah. So if we have any listeners overseas, they probably know about this show. So it is a British comedy.
British, okay.
A British comedy called The In-Betweeners.
Yes, I've heard of this.
And it was one of the funniest shows
That's
I've ever seen in my life.
Early 2000s?
I think first season was 2009.
Okay, so late aughts. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I watched something that made me, on my own, watching this thing, laugh out loud multiple times.
That's a good recommendation.
Episode, it was fucking hilarious.
Check it out. I have seen it. Like I've seen like its existence. I have not actually watched an episode of it.
Yes, it is. It's on Amazon. That's where I watched it. And it's short enough that there weren't ad breaks or anything like that because it's not even a half an hour long.
Yeah.
So there were no ads. I was able to just kind of plow through. I watched like 4 to 5 episodes a day.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much.
The whole season.
Sometimes more, sometimes less. Sometimes I this last few days I would just get home from work and I would watch 1 or 2 episodes before bed. And then, I just finished the last episode the day before yesterday.
Who's in this? Not to make you do research.
Nobody that I had been familiar with. So I know that the lead, there's 4 main guys, but the one who even narrates the show, Will is the character's name, is played by Simon Bird. The co-stars are Joe Thomas, Blake Harrison, and James Buckley.
Joe Thomas. I think I know. No, never mind. I don't think any of those names ring a bell to me, actually, oddly enough. And the reason that's like amazing to me, because I watch a lot of like British panel shows.
Trying to see what else, if Joe Thomas might have been in something that either of us might be familiar with, but I don't think so.
Let me look at it, because Joe Thomas does kind of sound familiar.
Just a lot of TV stuff, which I don't know. Yeah, and then there's also 2 movies that I will be watching soon, In-Betweeners movies, which I have access to courtesy to Hoopla in my library card.
Yes, I do know Joe Thomas, actually. But the other ones I don't think I know. And I only know Joe Thomas, I think, from Taskmaster. I think he was on that.
That's a show that somebody recommended me that I found full episodes of on YouTube that I plan to start watching soon.
Yes, so they're the official episodes too. They're not just like bad rips.
Yeah, and so the host of Taskmaster.
Yes, Alex Horn.
Yes, he is the.
Or Greg Davis. Which one?
Greg Davies.
Okay,
Greg Davies.
He's the actual Taskmaster. Yeah.
He is the headmaster at the school in the show.
That's right. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I do know more about this show than I thought I did. Yeah, Taskmaster's fucking great. I've been watching Taskmaster for like 6 years now, just via YouTube, because it's only ever been available for the U.S. audience on YouTube, but it feels like 6 years ago, like right around this like pandemic time maybe, or like somewhere right around there, maybe even like a little bit before, is whenever for some reason it started to kind of like not quite go viral yet, but it kind of like started to get like mentioned in more people's like algorithms, I guess, on YouTube. And I just happened to like watch not even an episode. They had like individual tasks as clips, and I watched one, and it was this one where Alex is the taskmaster, or the assistant, Alex Horn. He is on a bridge over like a railroad track, and the celebrity participant who is trying to do the task has to. It's basically like red light, green light, where they have to move and then hide, and if Alex ever sees them, then they're out. So Alex is like standing up on this bridge, excuse me, and then he'll duck down behind like the solid railing and sound an alarm, and then they have so many seconds to like, you know, move to another spot, and the task is to come and like touch Alex, basically, or get as close as you can. And I watched that and I was just like, this is brilliant. Like, this is like a simple game, and like comedians are doing it. And then I started to search more and found the show, like the whole episodes, and yeah, like I've been watching like literally for all those years since, every time that like the new season comes out, the new episodes go on YouTube like the next day. So it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Dan and Jordan on Knowledge Fight have also talked about watching it. I think recently, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's become,
because they do. Yeah,
it's become like way more popular. I think both Alex and Greg have been on like Seth Meyers' late night show several times now, and they've also done like a New York like live event several times, where whenever the new series premieres, they go to New York for some reason and it can like pitch it to the American audience, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, it's like in the past 2 years, like I've seen it like really, really blow up, and it's crazy to see it in like like a bunch of different places now with like bigger names talking about it. Whenever I first started watching it, I felt like I was like finding like, you know, like this weird like show like buried underneath a rock in like the YouTube, you know, chasm of random videos. Yeah, I was like, oh, I've known that for a long time. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's not always a hit, but it's fun, you know. It's innocent fun.
Yeah. Whenever I was reading about it, I thought it seemed like a show that you either watch or would love, just from what I was reading.
Yeah, both.
So yeah, I added like multiple full episodes playlists to my playlist section on my YouTube channel, so I can watch those at some point. And then, so before I started this final season of the show a few days ago, I posted a thing on Reddit asking for more British show recommendations. I put like I have one season left of The In-Betweeners, and I love this show. And I was like, what other British shows do I need to watch? Comedy would be nice, but I'm open to whatever, as long as it isn't Doctor Who, because there's too much of that to even think about starting. Yeah, and I got Doctor a lot Who, of interesting recommendations I've never heard of. Like
Doctor Who, you have to kind of approach. At least I did, and I didn't even stay in with it very long. But you have to approach it like every series, I guess, as they call it, or season, as we would call it, is a, you know, like the different Doctor. So you just kind of like pick one of those and start, and you don't. I didn't feel like I was missing out on a whole lot by not, you know, going back like 30 years or however old the fucking show is or whatever, you know. So what are the other shows? Because like I'm curious, because again, I oddly know a lot of British television.
So a lot of these are from like the 80s.
Okay.
Let me see. This person actually just today, like 4 days later, replied to me 3 hours ago and recommended Car Share.
Ooh, I've never heard of this.
And then they also said a show we loved, but it's more of a dramedy, is Roger and Val.
No, but I don't know that either.
I have not looked.
Here, I just said I know a lot of British shows.
Roger and
so
Val
far I'm
just
0
got
for
in.
0.
That was brilliant.
0 for 2.
I don't know. I've never. Somebody recommended a British comedy called Detectorists.
That sounds familiar, but I've never seen it.
This person gave me 3 recommendations: Black Books, Monty Python's Flying Circus,
Never heard of
and
that
Slow Horses.
Slow Horses, I've heard of that too.
This person recommended Here We Go and Taskmaster. This person recommended a show called Brassic.
That also
this
sounds
person
familiar.
recommended multiple shows: Red Dwarf.
Yes, that's a good one.
Blackadder.
Blackadder. I was going to ask if that was one of them. Yeah.
I had like 4 people recommend that.
If you like Rowan Atkinson, Blackadder is fantastic.
Which my only...
You're an American, so your only knowledge of him is Mr. Bean.
And Johnny English, yes.
Oh, that's right, Johnny English.
Neither of which I like very much.
Yeah.
Thin Blue Line, Only Fools and Horses, and Vicar and Diddley. Or Dibley.
Okay.
let's see, Friday Night Dinner, which this person recommended because Simon Bird from The Inbetweeners is in it. So they said, you're familiar with him, so you have an in, and it's very funny. And they said, me and my dad are currently rewatching Blackadder. I don't know how well it will translate to an American audience, but if you give it a go...
Yeah, it is interesting.
On your first watch, skip series 1 as it's very different in tone to the rest, but then go back and watch it because it's still good. Oh yeah, I mentioned that I had also really loved Spaced, and they said Spaced is brilliant. You have excellent taste.
Yeah.
Peep Show, this person recommended, which I am aware of, and I plan to watch. And then for something serious yet brilliant, they recommended Peaky Blinders, which I've obviously never started to watch, but am aware of.
I'm aware of it too. I haven't seen it.
Red Dwarf, another recommendation for that. Faulty Towers, which I've heard of. Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister.
Never heard of those two.
And The Thick of It.
The Thick of It.
The Thick of It, I plan to... That's actually possibly going to be what I start with.
Is Spaced...
because it's...
Sorry, go ahead.
It's from the guy that made Veep.
Oh, okay.
And I just watched his movie, In the Loop. I just watched this morning.
Nice.
In preparation.
Is Spaced the one that has Simon Pegg and Nick Frost?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen that one. I haven't seen Red Dwarf, but I know of Red Dwarf.
So yeah, those are...
I'm trying to think if there's...
this person... There's an old school British comedian called Jasper Carrot. He's from Birmingham, but he does a great skit about America and British slang.
Nice.
And he has a link to it. Okay, thanks.
I'm trying to think. It wasn't necessarily British because it starred David Cross, but it was all about... It all took place in Britain. Damn it, what was that fucking called? It's a different show. This is the pre-show. And I don't know if you would like it at all. But I really liked it a lot. Fuck, what was this even called now? At least I'm pretty sure it was David Cross. Somebody's out there screaming this.
If anybody's even listening.
Damn it, what was that called? Now watch it like not be David Cross. That's
usually where this goes.
Yeah, that's... I can't even remember how long ago it was that I watched this. Like 10 years ago, maybe? I don't even know if I'm even going to recall what it was called if I even see it. But it was... I mean, it was like... just the guy kept fucking up over and over and over again, and the whole story is just watching like, every episode you just see him get into more and more like, oh yeah, here it is, the increasingly poor decisions of Todd Margaret. It was an IFC show. I feel like maybe it didn't just solely take place in the UK, but I feel like it did.
Well, based on the description, it sounds like it.
Yeah, okay, it did. Filming locations is just UK. Yeah. Just ridiculous. It just fucking pure ridiculousness, but it was really fun. And if you like the absurdity of
Blake Harrison from The Inbetweeners is in it.
There you go. So see, you have an in, as they say.
Yeah.
Sarah Pascoe is in it. She's great. She's a great British comedian. Let's see, who else do I recognize? There's several American actors as well, American comedic actors. But yeah, I definitely recommend that one too. Like I said, even though I'm not going to be shocked if you're like, I don't fucking like this at all. But it definitely, the title is true, The Increasingly Poor Decisions. It just gets more and more like, what the fuck? But in the best way, I found.
Yeah, David Cross is okay. I don't really have an issue with him.
He can be hit or miss for some people. I mean, if you like, what is it, Mr. what was it? What was it called again?
Mr. Show.
Was it just Mr. Show? But then they did like the remake on like Netflix brought it back or whatever.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Or is that the one I'm thinking of? It was called gosh, damn it. We're already off to a great start for this episode. What was that called again? What's the pre-show is just me fucking trying to look up.
This is Will trying to remember the things that he has seen.
Well, there's Mr. Show with Bob and David, and then I can't remember what the Netflix version was called.
Yeah.
Was it just Mr. Show?
One.
Maybe it's just called Mr. Show. I know it was slightly different than the original. No, sorry. The Netflix one was just called Bob and David.
Well, that's lame.
Yeah. And then the original was called Mr. Show. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you like that, it's definitely along the same vein of like that, ridiculousness. And then David Cross being, sort of like the he's the straight man only because he's like an idiot,
Mm-hmm.
But I like that one a lot. Let's see. I think I've talked to you about Peep Show before, years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
Tony to watch that. I've only seen a couple episodes, but I did like it.
I plan on watching that also. It's on the full thing. Some of these shows are on BritBox.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have to subscribe to that and check it out.
And then, like I said, if you get into that and you just want to watch some of these same people just be fun to watch, definitely start checking out some of the panel shows. One of my favorites is Would I Lie to You, which has two reoccurring comedians, and then each of those comedians have their own team of two additional like rotating guest comedians, and it's a round robin sort of format where a person is assigned each round to read a prompt or a card that has a story on it that they've never seen before, and then they have to deliver it as if it is about them, and then the other team gets to ask them questions, and they have to make up the answers, of course, and then that team that is asking the questions at the end of the round has to guess or make a decision. Is this a lie or is this the truth? And it can sometimes also just be the truth. So it's like a big game of bluff, but with storytelling. It's really funny sometimes. And then another game I really like Taskmaster, I've mentioned, of course. But another one I like a lot is QI. I've been watching QI forever too. Oh man, I've been watching QI probably since like 2011. And I also found it on YouTube. Yeah, but it's really hard to find now because they've cracked down on that one a lot as far as pulling the full episodes. Because that one was like rips that people were putting up. But QI is like it's awesome trivia show. I think you've seen some of QI, right? Possibly, or have I shared some of that with you? Where it's like a trivia show, and there's comedians, and then the host gives off tidbits or trivia or whatever, and then they discuss and talk about it. It's really fascinating sometimes because I have actually learned a lot from that show.
I remember you talking about it, but I don't think I've ever seen it. No.
The first host was Stephen Fry, and then about halfway through the run, they switched hosts to Sandy. What's her last name? Talkiv, something like that. I can't remember how to pronounce her last name. But each season is a letter of the alphabet. So they started with like Series A, and they did like, I don't know, 20 episodes on just the letter A. Each one is a different topic, and each topic then covers. Each topic starts with that letter, and then each episode covers something under that topic, and it's just trivia. And not even trivia like they're asking people to answer questions. The host just like says something interesting, and then the comedians talk about it, and it's really cool to have like on in the background passively, just to like waste time. And then there's if you like something more absurd, there's 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown. So Countdown is a show on British television in the same vein as like Jeopardy or like Wheel of Fortune, right? It's a very straight, like it's for a very certain demographic as far as that goes, and it's very like straight and like rigid, and but the goal of Countdown is the contestants, and they're real people, like not celebrities necessarily, is that they have to solve word and math puzzles, right? And 8 out of 10 Cats was a show that was like a bunch of comedians being ridiculous, of course, like every other panel show. Well, they decided to combine the two, so they took the 8 out of 10 Cats format and put it on the Countdown format. So now it's these comedians solving math and word problems, word puzzles, and they just take the piss and just have fun, and it's ridiculous sometimes. What else do I watch? But yeah, all of this is on BritBox or YouTube. Dang, yeah, good stuff. I watch a lot of that shit. Too much of it, probably. And I have for a long time. I think if I were to just randomly move to the UK, I would fit right in with their television pretty easily. I would just be like, yep, I've been watching this stuff for decades now. So
yeah, that's what I'm kind of trying to see for myself.
There
too.
you go. Yeah. I know there's other stuff I'm missing.
Maybe we can get sponsored by BritBox.
There you go. I'd like that.
I'd like that.
There's also
I've never
some
even
like
used it.
Let's see. There's some like drama. I almost said dramedy. Drama, like crime drama stuff. That's pretty. Damn it! There's like a detective over there. It's like our Columbo. But not
Sherlock Holmes?
No, but I was just about to say, but not Sherlock Holmes. No, damn it!
There's this famous detective over there. And
he's got a sidekick, and he fucking solves
kind of
crime.
like Columbo, but
oh man, he sees clues, and yeah, no, it's definitely. I mean, Columbo's definitely more like Sherlock Holmes, but as far as first name basis, I mean, there is the series that was on. It actually was brought over, I think, on American like television via PBS. Like, there was just Sherlock, and it was Benjamin Cumberbatch before he was famous.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, that guy. Benjamin Netanyahu. No, not that guy.
Whoa.
Nope. Yeah, and it's really good. I mean, if you like mystery and stuff like that, it's pretty good. But it's also very British. And I want to say that this detective that I'm thinking about, I can't remember the fucking name of this guy. I want to say that it was also like a PBS, like they stole it, type thing. Because I mean, that was Downton Abbey too. Downton Abbey was British, and we stole that. And then there's again, I'm like, God, I can't believe I know all these shows. I never got into this, but I know of it. It was called Call the Midwife, and it was like this. It started off very much like a period piece, but I want to say that it like progressed through time. As the seasons went, it got more and more contemporary, and it basically followed like these midwives through Britain and dealing with world affairs while they're also delivering babies, and also the struggles of of not having what we would consider modern medicine to do one of the most insane medical things that happens regularly. I guess I never really got heavily into that one, but I do know of that one. But yeah, there's like the detective guy, but all that stuff is also on BritBox. But there's that one fucking detective guy that's not Sherlock Holmes. That's like, his name starts with a P, I think. Anyway, but I don't know if you're into
Gnomes.
Purlock Gnomes. That would be hilarious if they just kept spinning off like the same concept of just changing the name.
Just slightly.
Yeah. Tintlock Combs.
Yeah, I'd be interested in those spin-offs.
Mintlock Foams. Just. Do you even like those types of shows, like the crimies? That's like they're called.
Not really.
You're not into the crimies.
No. I've never been really big into the crimies.
So
I don't think.
Here's the reason why I like Columbo a lot. Okay.
Yeah, you went down like a deep Columbo rabbit hole just like the last year, a couple years.
No, it's been
a
few years, but and even then I didn't go very deep. I didn't go as deep as I talked about going. Yeah, I wanted to, but I just didn't get around to it. But I love the concept of Columbo. I think Columbo is also, fun fact, the very first episode of Columbo, I think, is directed by Mr. Steven Spielberg.
Could be true.
Could be, or I could just made that up.
Because I don't know.
No, I really think it is.
I mean,
because
that wouldn't surprise me very much. Yeah,
because
I know
think
that he did.
There's an awesome opening shot.
TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the time frame where he was doing TV stuff. But there's this awesome opening shot, like the very first, I think, opening scene of that first episode, where like once you know it's Spielberg, you can see how it's directed, like how the camera moves and everything. You're like, oh yeah, that's clearly Spielberg, you know. But the reason I love Columbo so much is because, unlike at the time other crime series dramas or whatever, Columbo gave you everything in the beginning. Like the opening, the cold open as it came to be, was you watching the crime happen and seeing who was doing it and everything else. And then the majority of the show is you watching Columbo try to figure it out. So you're just this passive, like, almost like a sporting event where, where you're just watching someone flex their muscle and see about how to untie this knot or whatever. But then I think during that time period when I was going down the Columbo hole, as we called it,
who amongst us hasn't gone down the Columbo hole?
It's where he keeps his glass eye. I had this theory, because there's like this running sort of gag in the show where he always brings up the missus, his wife, but you never see her, or at least as far as I'm aware, she's never in any episode at all. He always just ever talks about her. And I had this theory of like, what if she died in some kind of traumatic, not necessarily accident, but like a murder, or something that pushed Columbo into the life of being a private detective sort of thing. And he can't, like, as far as brilliant as he is, always getting the man, always solving the mystery, he cannot move past the fact that she's no longer alive. So he constantly refers to her in the present tense, but really it's just a very sad, broken genius of a man who's just only motivated by sorrow and pain to solve crime for everyone else. Like, I don't know, I just love that idea.
And then he has a Norman Bates-esque corpse of her in his bed at home.
He goes home and puts on a wig and
oh, honey, I didn't expect you back so soon. He is his wife. Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I'd watch that.
I would too.
Columbo at home.
Well, that was the thing, was that was why I started to go down the hole deeper, because I had that thought, and I was like, holy shit! Like, I wonder if like this actually holds up. And I wanted to go, episode by episode and see if that was true, but I never did.
See if in the final episode it's revealed. That's the twist ending to the whole show.
Yeah. Or like, an awesome finale to that would be that maybe her murder or whatever happened to her is unsolved, and the finale of, or the last season, or sometime towards the end of the run of the show, maybe we start to like pick that case back up, and then the end is the ultimate resolution to that like series long thing that no one really, that wasn't even a thing in the beginning. It was just, he was just talking about his wife and he just never saw his wife, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, maybe his wife isn't here, and then you realize, oh shit, his wife isn't here, and he's and he's crazy. But I also think that might also be now that I think about it, the plot, like the series arc of Monk, which was another like Sherlock, Flintlock, whatever Holmes spinoff with comedy. I think that is actually. I think his wife was attacked or something, and he's still like stuck in that, mindset. He doesn't treat her as though she's still alive. He's just still traumatized by it. I think that's the situation. Yeah. But I think her killer does actually end up coming back and making an appearance, like kills again or whatever, and he's kind of like distraught about, he needs to be brought in on the case because he's a genius at this stuff, but he also has this demon where he doesn't want to think about what happened type thing, so he kind of struggles with that. But anyway, the Columbo hole, as we call it.
Oh yeah, you saying that reminded me, there is a, for lack of a better term, rabbit hole that I've been wanting to go down.
I can only assume that this is about rabbits since I just talked about Columbo hole.
No. It's even weirder. So there is I've known about this thing because music and film genius Matt Farley has a song about, he has a whole album of, like, it's a whole album that's about cryptids and like mysterious weird things. It's a very funny album. Like, it's one of my favorite albums of his.
Yeah.
And so there's like a Mothman song and like alien songs and like songs about all these different like myths and legends and weird shit. But there's one of them that became a big joke here at home because my partner's name is Mel.
Uh-huh.
And he has a song on this album that she would be very upset to hear me talk about probably here. But
has she heard it though?
There's a, yeah,
the song?
I played it multiple times. Yes. Okay. There's a song on the album called Mel's Hole. and I would listen to that and I'd be like, I know what the rest of these things are, but what the fuck is Mel's Hole?
Yeah.
And I looked it up.
Oh, that's right, because it's about cryptids, so it's a thing.
Yeah, there's cryptids and like weird myths and legends. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
yeah.
there is a thing called Mel's Hole, and what this came from is, actually the lyrics to the song are really funny. He's like, whoa, 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 Mel's Hole, just how deep it is, there's no way of knowing. Because Mel's Hole, it just keeps on going and going and going. And so that's all I had to go off of. I was like, what the fuck is that? And so I looked up Mel's Hole, and what it comes from is
like the first like 3 pages of Google is just like stuff you can't even like open at work, right? It's just
yeah, they're like blurred out and I can't click.
Yeah.
No, so there is actually a Wikipedia page for it.
Oh, really?
It stemmed from a Coast to Coast caller.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yes. You can find it on YouTube. There's like 5 hours of the handful, I think maybe only a few times this guy has ever called in, but there's this guy, and all we know about this guy is that he lives in Washington State.
Okay.
He has said like what town he lives near, but he said on his property there is a pit. There's this hole, as it were.
Yeah.
His name is Mel. That's where the Mel comes from. This caller's name is Mel, and he has this pit in his yard. It is just a hole, and it just goes down like seemingly infinite.
Yeah.
And so he talks about how he set up like a fishing line, and so he's been running fishing line down this hole, and he just like keeps like running out of line and then tying like a new one to it and then running it down.
But wait. But how does he know that he hasn't just hit bottom and it's all just piling up somewhere?
Because according to him in his call, the line is tight. It stays tight. He can still feel that it hasn't reached the bottom. It's still It's still on there tight.
Okay.
And the host is like, but with that much as much line as you're talking about, there would be so much weight. Like there's other callers that are calling in. They're like, there would be so much weight with how many feet of line you're talking about you've put down there. There would be so much weight if it hasn't touched the line itself, that the line would snap still. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And so there's all this stuff, but he talks about how he put like a lifesaver onto the end of it at one point because he was thinking like, well, what if there's just like water down there and it's just like getting down into the water. And so he
Mel's
put like a
Hole is
lifesaver
now.
That way it would dissolve in the water.
Oh
yes, I'm talking about Mel's Hole.
You're busted.
And so,
Breaking news: there are pots and pans flying behind Thomas as he describes Mel's hole. Mel's endless minty hole.
Another thing that this dude claims in this call, I've listened to parts of the first time he calls in. I've never heard the rest of it. There's, like I said, there's over 5 hours combined of all of the calls.
Yeah.
And I want to listen to them. I just keep forgetting about it. But at one point he does mention that he's like thrown all kinds of shit into this hole. He's like thrown like an old TV set and like all this fucking shit.
I was imagining I wasn't imagining anything that wide for, like that,
Yep.
I would just imagine just deep.
I forget how many feet wide he said it was. It was like maybe like 5 feet wide or something. I don't remember
that's
what he
big.
said, but
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he talks about how he's thrown like all kinds of shit down there, and you never hear any of it like hit. You just drop it in and it just fucking is gone. And he talks about how he threw like it's like my favorite part. He talks about how he threw a corpse of a dog into it.
Oh my gosh.
And the dog came back alive. Like the dog showed up like Pet Sematary style.
That means that somewhere there's a working TV.
Yeah, in theory.
It just he hasn't found it yet because it didn't walk back.
And so
the repair hole.
Obviously not believing in this story. It is a really interesting story.
What part about it is crazy?
Not much of it. No, it's a super interesting story though. I really love it. And so yeah, he talks about how he has, at the time of the first call that I've listened to, he has run, he says how many feet he has run into it, and it amounts to like 4 miles of line or some shit like that he's ran into this hole, allegedly. People have actually like looked into this and they've searched for this place, and like nobody has ever found this hole, obviously.
Yeah.
But there are people who have like searched like around the area that he claims that this is, and because he's talking about how it's like, I think if I recall correctly, it is on his property.
Yeah.
And it's like a thing that all of the locals know about this thing. And he talks about like, yeah, like everybody around here knows about this, and yeah, we throw our fucking garbage in it and shit like that. And another caller calls in and is like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be saying you're throwing this stuff like a TV set into this hole on the air. Like you could probably get in trouble from the EPA or something. Yeah. No, it's really interesting.
Just years of littering is what the story is.
Exactly. And throwing like environmentally hazardous materials into a hole.
Yeah. Better it's like an underground. Well, he said there was no water because of the mint. I was trying to think if like it was like an underground, river or something, stream that it's not necessarily deep. It's just it gets carried away downstream or whatever. And that's why he hasn't found the end.
Yeah, that's kind of also the host. I think whenever he mentioned throwing the TV in there, the host was kind of like, well, I don't know if you should be saying this on the air. Like
you should be admitting to throwing your trash into this random hole.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really interesting though, and I wouldn't have ever known about that if it wasn't for Matt Farley and his funny album
Mel's
about
Hole.
That one, and his song about the Winchester Mansion are my two.
I almost went there.
Whenever, really?
Yeah, because I lived.
You were like
near, like an hour
not
away
too far from it.
Yeah. I almost went there like twice. Never got there.
I tried to get Matt Farley to perform his Winchester Mansion song whenever we saw him live.
Oh yeah,
in Salem a couple years ago.
In fact, because go ahead. Yours is more interesting.
I was just gonna say I had 2 song requests for him.
Oh, that's right.
He played one of them, and the second one that I had was the Winchester Mansion one, and he was unable to perform that one. But yeah, he played the one that I really wanted to hear, which was an actual like serious and good song.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say that I met and exchanged contact info with the guy who's like, he's like the creative director of the Winchester Mansion, and he sets up or organizes all of the like holiday events, specifically the Halloween stuff around it. He was a very eccentric fella. Like one of those guys that has one of the mustaches, that it just takes hours, you think, to put it together, but it also fits him so well and his other, his persona and his other dress and everything, that it would look weird if he didn't have that mustache. You sent me something. What'd you send me? Mel's Hole. Okay, I'll definitely listen to this. Mel's Hole. That's funny. And I just want to read the Wikipedia article about it, because whenever you said something about throwing the dog in and it's alive, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, like I said, I love the story. It's
because it's already interesting enough that there's just this endless hole,
bottomless pit.
He didn't have to add the part that it seemingly breaks
1997.
space-time.
That was when the first call was. He called in 1997 near Ellensburg, Washington. By a guest calling himself Mel Waters.
Mel Waters.
Later investigation revealed no such person was listed as residing in that area, and no credible evidence has been given that the hole ever existed. He owned a rural property 9 miles west of Ellensburg in Kittitas County, Washington, that contained a mysterious hole. According to Waters, the hole had an unknown depth. He claimed to have measured its depth using fishing line and a weight, although he still had not hit bottom by the time 80,000 feet of line had been used.
Feet? How much does 80,000 feet of fishing line weigh?
Plus a weight on the end of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to add, 10 ounces, I guess. But, whole 80,000 feet.
So, for reference, 80,000 feet is equivalent to 15 miles. Over 15 miles.
Yeah, there's just 15 miles of fishing line piled up at the bottom of this hole, is all there is.
He also claimed that his neighbor's dead dog had been seen alive sometime after it was thrown into the hole.
Wow.
According to Waters, the hole's magical properties prompted U.S. federal agents to seize the land and fund his relocation to Australia.
Oh, really?
So he called in 1997, 2000, and 2002. The exact location of the hole is unspecified, yet several people claim to have seen it, such as self-described, quote, intertribal medicine man Gerald Osborne, also known as Red Elk, who told reporters in 2012 he visited the hole many times since 1961 and claimed the U.S. government maintained a top-secret base there where alien activity occurs. Coast to Coast is awesome.
Isn't it, though?
Whenever they're sticking to stuff like this is the gold. Yes, this is fantastic stuff. Whenever they start doing their like recapping the presidential debate or whatever for some reason, that's not cool. But
no.
Whenever they stick to just a caller who calls in and says, "Listen, Art, I got a fucking hole in my yard and I put 15 miles of fishing line into it and my neighbor's dead dog came back to life after we threw it in." That is awesome.
Well, that was
I wish
that was always the gold about that show in those times, or whenever they focused on that, was that it didn't matter if it was. I mean, clearly it's not real, right? But
right.
It doesn't matter if it's real or not.
Wait. Clearly, why? Why is it clearly not?
Because it was AM radio, and nothing on AM radio is real. But
that's what the AM part of Coast to Coast AM means?
No,
it's not just Coast to Coast in the morning.
No, that actually meant all men.
It mostly was.
But I mean,
or is it's still on?
It was just amazing that these people who were speaking, rather paid actors or just actually real random people, fully made you believe, or at least sound convinced. Maybe they didn't make you believe, but they at least gave a honest argument, or an honest telling of what they thought was real, to the point that you start to want to buy into it, and what, this is crazy, but what if? what if this is real? What if there's actually a fucking endless hole in Washington that you can throw a TV into and it doesn't hit the bottom? Or like the aliens or probing, or any kind of time traveling. Because wasn't there a guy that was like a time traveler that was on Coast to Coast quite a bit? You're muted. I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah, they had the time travelers.
Yeah, they had time travelers. Wasn't there though like one guy, or was it? It wasn't. Or am I thinking of a time traveler on Stern?
Stern had a guy, Riley, who had been like living with aliens for a long time.
Okay, maybe that's not the one. I'm thinking of one that was like a guy claimed to be a time traveler.
I don't know. There's been a whole bunch of those.
Well, yeah, that doesn't really narrow it, especially on Coast to Coast. But for some reason, there's like a famous one that I'm thinking of, or one that sticks out to me at least. But anyway, but I just loved like all these that you could, and I had this argument with someone I knew a few years ago. We were writing together, and he was under the belief that the people calling in were always real people, and I was arguing that
and by that you mean real people as in not planted by like for entertainment purposes.
Yes, exactly.
You mean just like a random person who is listening and called in.
Yes, like they really
every single
believed
caller.
Whatever happened to them or whatever was that, and they just called into the show because the show existed. Whereas I argued that there might be some of those, but that a majority of the callers are actually like the bit callers on Stern, where they're part of the show, or any other kind of like morning zoo, radio program. They're part of the show, but they're calling in, being convincing, and then that opens the door for your average Joe crazy guy to get the confidence to call in. So then they do start to get some more organic stories or whatever. But the reason I say that is because my argument is that from what I remember on Coast to Coast at least, is the quality of storytelling was such that I don't think every average person could achieve that and be convincing. Because a lot of people, myself included, stutter, stammer, think, pause, have a hard time describing things. And for radio, that gets really, it can get really boring really fast, especially if it's something that like you're asking the audience to buy into, that there's already not an inherent entertainment value until it gets, incredible or whatever. So that was my argument, was that these people are, this is all, the whole production is like, a heightened level of Jerry Springer, where, maybe these people are, they have some experience with like, I saw a UFO once or whatever. And it's like, hey, I'll pay you like $200 to come on the show and, and like, write a story around this or whatever. That was my thinking though. But again, that doesn't, I don't want it to sound like that means that I think that Coast to Coast is devalued because of that or whatever. I think it's more amazing that it's all bullshit, and that it still is really like compelling. Maybe not like the right word, but it like sucks people in, right? Because that's the same argument that I have, or maybe not argument, but like that's the same curiosity, we'll say, that I have with Alex Jones and his show, is that, does, and I think this is clearly answered now, but at the time it was, does he honestly really believe all this stuff all the time, or is he just doing this stuff for entertainment? I want to stop myself right away, not to say that he isn't liable for anything he's saying. I'm just saying that he's doing it purely to like ruffle feathers and to whatever, right? And then that causes listeners who are actually fucking the worst people of the worst people to cling on to him, and feed that fire. I don't know. Again, I think with Alex Jones, we do know now. But I'm speaking for Coast to Coast. I don't know. Is Coast to Coast purely just Art Bell in his fucking basement and random people just calling in because they're traveling across country and there's nothing else on the radio to talk about, you know. Possibly it could be.
Yeah, this is why there is a knowledge fight that I still really encourage you to listen to that has nothing to do with Alex Jones.
Okay.
They used to, several years ago, do Wacky Wednesday is what they would do, where they would have a Wednesday episode where they would cover something not related to Alex Jones, and it was just like a weird it would vary, but it was usually something weird with like almost coast to coast esque stuff going on.
Okay.
Not really coast to coast, but stuff kind of in that vein.
Not
And
necessarily
there's an episode,
political or whatever. Yeah.
They have an episode that I've listened to, I think 2 times, that I wanted you to listen to, where a listener of theirs actually recommended this show for a Wacky Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And this episode is them like checking out that show, and basically it is this, I forget what the show is called that they're covering, but it has this British host who sounds very pleasant. He sounds very nice, and he has this caller, this guest on as a caller who says that he was like created in a lab.
Oh gosh.
Like as a genetically modified super soldier.
Of course.
Like in a laboratory, and he has taken part in like top secret missions on like the moon and on Mars and stuff, where he's fought like alien creatures and like done all this. It is fucking awesome, because not only is his story like fucking insane and just ridiculous, but the host also clearly doesn't believe anything that he's saying, because the host is kind of like, I don't know, but how do you, like, the host is asking follow-up questions that like this guy isn't prepared for. It is so fucking funny. And Dan, at the end of the episode, Dan was kind of like, well, I've decided that we can't really use this show for our Wacky Wednesday because the host is kind of doing my job for me, where he's already asking all of the questions. And so it's just us listening to it and laughing pretty much. But he was like, but this was a fun one still. And,
awesome.
I recommend that episode. I've listened to it, like I said, I think twice, maybe 3 times. It is so funny. It's like podcast length, I guess, an hour and a half.
Okay.
An hour 38.
So I've ran some numbers.
Like I said, you wouldn't hear any Alex Jones. There's none of that. So
that's always good.
Be spared of that. I wouldn't recommend you an episode with him.
Yeah. No, your like updates occasionally are plenty for me with Alex Jones.
I assume so. Sometimes I feel
we've
bad
said
about
his name
too
much on this podcast already. So sorry.
Yeah.
I've ran the numbers as best I can, and I have some credibility to Mr. Mel Waters. So I think I did this correctly. So I found a spool of 50-pound Tess fishing line, which I assumed he would have had. There's heavier Tess line and there's lighter, but I just 50.
He says on his call. I would have to listen to see exactly what.
Okay,
it
I'm
was
just going
used.
with 50 as a nice, like, that's, you can find 50 almost everywhere, and it's pretty strong, right? You don't need a huge pound Tess for this, because I'm sure that he didn't realize it was going to be this long when he first bought it. It was my point. But 150 yards of that, including the plastic spool that it's on, weighs 0.3 pounds. So if we consider, just to average it out here, ballpark it, that half of the weight is just the spool, just the plastic spool. Is that fair? Half of that 0.3 pounds is just the plastic spool. Okay. The whole system would only weigh just under 26.5 pounds. So that's actually not too unreasonable to think that he, plus, like I said, plus like maybe, a 1 pound weight on the end, right? Because he doesn't need to be super heavy for it to fall.
Yeah, but doesn't. Yeah, maybe I'd have to listen to it again to hear what exactly it was that he said, because it was another caller that crunched the numbers and was like, If what you're saying is accurate, then the weight of this at that length would add up to this much, and it would snap the line.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't know the pound test that he was using. If he was using something lighter than 50 pound, like 20 pound test, then yeah, it itself would just snap itself. The weight of itself would snap the line. But if it's 50, well, and I guess 20 would probably also weigh less, so because there's less material. This is a good science. Unless he was adding a weight to it every single time that he tied off a new
80,000 feet.
Yeah, which you said
80,000 feet.
Which you said 15 miles, right?
Yeah, 15.15 miles.
Yeah, I converted miles to yards. Let me bring that up just for which is it was like 26,400 yards, I think.
Yeah, 26,660 for 15.15 miles.
Okay. So that, and then...
Which obviously isn't going to increase the weight.
And then each spool has 150 yards on it. So I divided that big yard number by 150 to tell me how many spools there are. And then each spool weighs 0.3. That includes the plastic center. So I took half of that, so 0.15. And multiplied that by the total number of spools, and I got... less than 30 pounds, we'll say. Total. But if he was adding a weight, and like I said, we don't know how much weight he was adding to the end. If he added one weight, and I'm just saying a pound, because you wouldn't need much more than that for a fishing line, then it would only be a pound more. But if he was adding an additional pound every single time he tied off a new, spool of fishing line, then yeah, then you're adding a lot of fucking weight to the system. So then it would snap. Unless I did that wrong. Does my math sound right there?
So I want to say that I think...
Or is the conspiracy in this episode of Coast to Coast that fishing line weighs more than what we think it does?
I think the weight on the end of it is what was snap it at that length.
Well, yeah, but that weight would only add to the weight of the system. Right? So it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter, and I could be wrong here, but it shouldn't matter that the line is 1 yard long or 150 yards long. The whole system has a theoretical 50-pound limit. So you're only so if you have a 1 pound weight on the system, you're only adding that 1 pound to how much line is in the system. At least that's my understanding, and I could be wrong on that.
I don't know. Maybe I just need to listen to the episode again and hear what they said.
Right. I'm fascinated by Mel's Hole now. I want to know more.
I know. Yeah.
And I love that. Like it's not like a cryptid where it's almost like a monster. It's also not like a possessed, demonic thing. It's not like a haunted object. It's just like, there's a hole and it fucking keeps going. And I threw a dog in once, the dog came back.
Yeah.
like that's the weirdest part about it, is that but as you were saying that, sorry, I keep forgetting this part about it. With the dog thing, have I told you about the series The Lost Room?
Not to my knowledge.
So I don't think you would like it. Maybe you might like it. I don't know. It's it's one of those mystery things. And I know how you are with the mysteries. But
I like to know what I'm watching.
But it stars a young. Is it Elle Fanning, or is it Dakota
Broderick?
I think it's Dakota Fanning, actually.
Oh,
I think it's her older sister. I think it's a young. Maybe it's one of the Fanning sisters. But he's really young, like not even 10. And it was a mini series, so there's only 6 episodes, I believe. That was it. It was on Sci-Fi back when Sci-Fi Channel was good, in my opinion. And it's about this mysterious something happened. And I'm being vague on purpose for the sense of spoilers, because this is a very like it needs to not be spoiled type show, right? So something happened in a motel, like roadside motel, and this something that happened caused one of the rooms of the motel, plus all of the objects in that room, plus the occupant of that room, to vanish. And then all of the objects started to be discovered. And whenever the objects were discovered, strewn about, nowhere near the room, they were discovered to have properties. And properties ranging from the mundane to the very incredible. Like one of the objects was like a pencil, just a regular wooden pencil, and every time you tap the pencil, a penny appears. Another object was a bus ticket that whoever touches the bus ticket directly was suddenly teleported to 20 feet above the road, 10 miles away from this motel, which is in the middle of like New Mexico or whatever, and you just fall and you just land there. And there's other objects that have like even more profound abilities, but the whole show is about this key that belongs to the room, like the room key itself, right? It has the ability to that any door that the key is put into, like the lock, all you have to do is think of a place, and as long as there is a door at that place, you can then turn the key, open the door, and you'll be able to walk directly into that place. So it's like this portal thing, right? The problem is that whenever you don't think of a place and you just open the door, you open the door to the room that vanished. And if you put something into that room, like an object or whatever, right? Like a stuffed animal or anything that you own or whatever, close the door and open it again, that object's gone. It vanishes. It goes somewhere. But it's not in the room anymore. So what happens is that one of the Fanning girls, the little girl of the story, this accidentally happens to her. She goes in the room, the door closes, her dad opens the door again, she's gone. So we spend most of the show trying to get her back, right? If that's even possible. And then, but the whole falling through the hole in Mel's hole and then reappearing alive somewhere reminded me of that bus ticket and how that's like a reoccurring thing of like, you have to hold it with like a napkin wrapped around it basically, and you can just tap people and they just go and fall down this hole. But I just pictured like this fucking TV and this dog and all this garbage that they're throwing out just like fucking falling into like some, whatever the end of this wormhole portal thing is. There's just a big fucking pile of random shit and some guy's like, what the fuck is this? Where does this keep coming from? Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, we can have our miniseries, The Other Side of Mel's Hole.
The dark side of Mel's Hole. I like that.
Where it's just a guy living at his property and he just keeps having shit fucking dump out onto his yard.
That's all it is. It's not even we don't even see like Mel's side of the story. We just see the exit.
Yeah. Just where all of this shit that's getting thrown into the hole ends up.
I like that.
Or then he calls into Coast to Coast and he's like, it's funny. It's funny this guy says this because I had a TV magically appear on my property yesterday.
Sir, where are you located?
Not to mention a dog.
Where are you located, sir?
Brunswick, Utah.
Oh, okay. I was actually going to say like just like a block away. Like it's a really short, it's a really short distance. It's like I actually know. I know Mr. Waters. I didn't think what he was talking about was real. This whole thing, and I kind of connected it. I kind of connected it. It makes sense. I wonder if I throw something up at where all this stuff is coming down, if it'll reach Mr. Waters and his property.
Cuts to him holding a spoon and he just like tosses it up and it just lands back down on the ground. He just like normal.
Yeah. He can't toss it high enough. Yeah. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. What was that called again?
Mel's Hole. Mel's Dark Place. The darkness of Mel's Hole.
What do you say? You ready to pump out an episode?
What do you say, boys?